our target speaker, Patrick McHugh, The Power of Mortality. The Power of Mortality, Patrick McHugh.
Fearless, focused, and free from regret. Say it with me. Fearless, focused, and free from regret. Now, I want you to take a moment and think of a person who embodies that phrase. Fearless, focused, and free from regret. Raise your hand if the person you were thinking of is yourself. 2, 3. 3 of you. That's it in a room this size? Why not? Are you not fearless? Are you not focused? Do you have regret? How would you like to change that? How much more powerful would you be if you were fearless? If you had a laser focus, what could possibly stop you or stand in your way? And imagine never ever having to worry about regret again. Sound good? That's what I'm offering. I can teach you to do that tonight. We can start tonight. All I ask in return is that you embrace your mortality. That's all. I'll say that again. All I ask in return for becoming fearless, focused, and free from regret is that you embrace your mortality. What I want to do this evening, in the short time that we have, is tell you a little bit about something that I've developed called the power of mortality. And I want to share with you one of the tools that's going to help get you there. You see, I'm fearless, focused, and I live my life free from regret because I know the power of mortality. I was born with a bad heart. And at the age of 18, I had a leading cardiologist tell me when I'm going to die. No idea why he decided to tell me that. But he did. He gave me my expiry date. And I took that date and turned it into a barcode and had it tattooed on my shoulder. And I see it there every morning in the shower. And it's a beautiful mental reset. Because, the weather, the traffic, the price of gas, the argument you just had with someone, when I see that, it all just goes swirling down the drain. And I say, oh yeah, you're not even supposed to be here. You really better do something with this day. And that's what I use to anchor me, to anchor myself into the power of mortality. Now, you don't have to go get tattooed, don't worry. And you don't have to have someone tell you when you're going to die. I'll take care of that. You're going to die. And that's the reality. We have to understand. We have to come to terms with the fact that there's no such thing as dying before your time. There's no such thing as you dying. We are not owed any specific amount of time here on this earth. There's no green light, yellow light, and red light of your life. And if there is, we certainly don't see it. We don't get any kind of warning. So we have to realize that the moment that we have now is the only moment that we can actually do anything. And that's where the power comes from. Now, when I talk about embracing your mortality, a lot of people get upset. A lot of people shut down. They don't want to think about it. The reality is, you're going to have to think about it sooner or later. You're going to have to face your own mortality. You want to do it on your terms or on death's terms. That's the choice I'm offering. Because in that choice, if you choose to address it on your terms, that's where the power comes from. That's where the excitement comes from. That's where you become fearless, focused, and free from regret.
I developed something that I want to share with you. I call it the Mortality Manifesto. And I'll have copies at the break if anybody's interested. It says, I was born and I will die. I accept this and I embrace it. I do not dwell on the past, nor do I waste time worrying about the future. I use each moment to the fullest. I always strive to ensure that my every thought, word, and action is moving me in the direction of my dreams. Because fear is based on an imagined future, my focus on the present makes me fearless. Accepting my mortality allows me to live a life full of vitality and power. A life filled with joy, a life with no regrets. This is the gift that I give to myself today and every day. And that's what I'm offering. You want to talk about transformation in action? There it is. I defy you to embrace your mortality and not have it change your life. I talk about being fearless. Fears come from focusing on an imagined future. All these things might happen. They might not, or they might not.
And there's no possible way we can prepare a contingency for everything that might happen. So don't worry about that. Worry about where you are now. Because that's the only thing you can change anyway. You can't change the future. All these things happened in the past. Yes, they did. And what are you going to do about it? There's nothing you can do about it. Except leave it. Take the lessons that life gave you through those past experiences, but leave the circumstances. Don't relive them, don't dwell in them and wallow in them. You're here. Do something with that. That, my friends, is the power of mortality. When you tap into that, you can really begin to see the change in your life. You begin to live life from a position of being fearless. You have that laser focus because you know that this moment is your moment. The only moment you're guaranteed to have. And regrets, you don't have time for them. So, you may not know when you're going to die. You don't know your expiry date. Or if you want to think of a cardinal, you don't know your best before date. But I know one thing for sure. If you're hearing me this evening,